So good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
I wait for
Good
the
afternoon,
only
sir.
hello.
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 May I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are
Sir.
audible.
So the continuation of session. So far you discussed about statistics, how it works, data, data presentations. So thereafter analysis work. In this analysis, basically we tested some statistical test. All tests are belongs to parametric test. The sometimes the parameter conditions are not satisfied, then what to do? So in statistics, there are some test statistics are there which are come under a non-parametric test. So last time I told non-parametric how to decide it. So the first condition is that normality is there. So here does not assume the distribution to be normal. This is one of the important conditions. If it is satisfied normality, then go for parametric test. Otherwise, non-parametric. So in parametric test, we use the central tendency, the measures of dispersions, but particularly measures of central tendency mean is there in parametric. But whereas in non-parametric test, we are using median. So these things are comes under non-parametric. What are the non-parametric test? What are the conditions? How these two are differ from the parametric test? All these things I'm going to discuss in first half. In second half, I'm going to discuss about the problems. Just 1 minute.
Mm.
इधर रखो।
कौन सा?
कल आप आने वाला है? Okay. My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, not visible. Slides are visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So, the first one non-parametric test. The parametric test like student t-test, ANOVA are based on the assumptions. What is the assumption? All samples are randomly selected and independently selected from the normally distributed populations. The whatever the samples you are going to select it from the populations, the which follows the normal distributions with mean 0 and 1. So normal distribution is look like a bell shaped. The third condition is that in a non-parametric test, the measured on a ratio or interval scale. Ratio or interval scale. You can understand the problems the while solving non-parametric test. Next one is a homogeneous variance. If these assumptions are violated, you can use non-parametric test. Non-parametric tests are also called as a distribution-free test. They do not assume the data follows normal distribution. So, these are the steps for testing the hypothesis, non-parametric and parametric. First of all, you have to define null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Okay. So usually you are taking alpha value is 0.05, the 5% level of significance. Okay. So sometimes one can consider it 1% level of significance. Select sample, collect the relevant data. This also most important part. Define the sample size and collect relevant data. Now, third step is what? Test statistic. Define test statistic based on second step and objectives. On the basis of that, we can decide the which test statistic is useful or suitable for our problems. Okay. So apply, calculate, and all these things. Evaluate the evidence against the H naught. What in with that? The condition is comes here. Report. If the p value is greater than 0.05, they reject the H naught and accept the H1. The result is statistically significant. The p is less than 0.05. Do not reject H naught. If P is greater than 0.05, the result due to the chance. So these are things are related to the decision making. The next point is non-parametric methods are analyzed using ranks, that is ordering of the data. Analysis is based on median, appropriate when sample size are small. Anyone can say that what is the sample size is small and big, large sample and small sample. How are you going to decide it? Yes, anybody?
Said as per the number, right? Less than 100.
Less than? Mm, no. If n is less than equal to 30, then it is a sample size. If n is greater than 30, it is a large sample. Yes? So, small sample size test are there, large sample test are also there. Okay? So, I don't want to create any confusion, but only small, the sample sizes are small. Small in sense, it depends upon the sample size. If n is less than equal to 30, small size, n is equal to greater than 30, that is a large sample. So here in the surveys of customer satisfactions, the measured on Likert scale, everyone knows that one, Likert scale, maybe the 5 point or 7 point or 10 points rating. Psychiatric studies in psychology and psychiatry, most of doctors are referring the statistic test, non-parametrics, and VAS. So this also one type of score is that VAS means visual analog scale. Visual analog scale. It is also one tool, okay, to collect the data. So in the, particularly in the medical field, they are using that. Okay, and next one is comes APGAR. So this is also one tool is that one. It also a symbol is that APGAR. A means appearance, okay, skin color and all these things. P means pulse, heart rate. G, reflexes, grimace. A, activity, muscle tone. R, respirations or breathing rates. So these are the tools to measure particular point. These are useful in medical field. Okay, I'm not going to discuss too much on that one. For us, the research in common, Likert scale is we are using maximum that to 7 point or 5 point, 7 point or 10 point. Okay, so what are the advantages of non-parametric test. Advantages, disadvantages. Advantages, it can be used for a small sample. Then it is useful for ordinal data, non-susceptible to outliers, deal with the outlier, okay, easy to calculate. Calculations are very simple as compared to parametric. So nowadays, we people are using technology, software. That part is not important for us. Okay. Disadvantages are requires special statistical tables for some small samples. If the students are appearing for a university paper in statistics, the university is going to distribute the tables, statistical tables. For in 12th standard logbook, the some pages are there related to the trigonometry, some pages are related to the log and anti-log, and some pages goes to normal distributions, normal table. So, but not printed related to the non-parametric test, run test, U test, all these things. If such type of tables are required in a department of statistics or universities, they're supplying to the student during the examinations. Okay, that is called special statistical tables for sample. Small samples are available. So nowadays available in Google Net and all these things. Okay, parametric tests are more powerful than non-parametric tests. Last time also I told that one. Parametric tests are powerful. Okay. So these are the some advantages and disadvantages. So if you come to the research point of view, this is the general idea of the research analysis. First of all, you have to define the research questions, define the hypothesis, the based on your objectives of research. The one to define the hypothesis, there are two parts. One is null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. So our research work is only on null hypothesis. Okay, null hypothesis. So null hypothesis before conducting experiment is a no significant differences something. Okay, the after testing it may be the accepting or rejecting based on the p values. So this is a procedure. There is no any shortcut route. There is no any manipulation. So that is why each and everyone believe in statistics. If your result is statistically significant, so there is no question of doubt on your result, your work. Because we cross all these steps, First of all, to define the questions, the related to the objective is to collect the samples, data. That data is analyzed by some tools. On the tools result, you took the conclusions. Okay. So almost all in a research, all statements must be supported by statistics, one or the other way. So how to examine normality is there. This is also one method is there. The second method is normality test is histogram. Over the histogram, you can draw the normal curve. If it is a curve, then it is a data followed normal distributions. Other method is there, QQ plot is there. All are options in SPSS. Data and this image, okay, expected normal curve, if it like this, so here is a variation is there, here is also variation is there. So this is a non-normal. So expected normal values are falls on the linear line. So on the basis of this, you come to the conclusion. The data follows normal distributions. See that descriptive statistic explore is there. You will get it that testing normal distribution and homogeneity of variance. These are the steps are there. Analyze descriptive statistics, explorer, plot, normality plot with the test spread versus label with 11 test. Already know that one 11 test for homogeneity. So this value is 0.428 greater than 0.025. Accepted this 11 test is that based on the mean significant. So this is chart is most important. At a glance you can study it. See that. This is a master series. One group variable, the more than two group variables. If outcome is a categorical, go for the chi-square test. 2 by 2. Test of independence. All this chi-square test is non-parametric. One group is that we can apply non-parametric test with option sign rank test. So what is that rank test? How to perform? How to use in SPSS? How to analysis? I'll discuss all these things. Two groups. In the two groups, independent sample, dependent sample, independent sample is there. You apply this test, man Whitney, you test. The dependent sample Wilcoxon assign rank test. The more than two groups, the crucial values test, the Friedman test related to the samples like that. So most important is that Wilcoxon sign test, man Whitney test is there. Okay, this also important is there based on the data. So if you remember this chart, it is very easy to understand non-parametric test. See that. Man Whitney U test is there. It is used for comparing medians of two independent data sets. We are not going to consider mean and standard deviations. Comparing median of two independent data set. In parametric test, for two independent data set, you are using student T test. Student T test for independent sample. So again I told null hypothesis, alternate hypothesis related to the median. The probability value is less than 0.05. The significant difference in median between the two groups. H0 is there is no significant difference. The p value is less than that, reject the hypothesis. That manually, how to do that one? It is very difficult to understand, easy to calculate. Okay. For yourself, I am making this one. First step is the sorting. The sorting is ascending or descending order, or lowest to highest, or highest to lowest. So there is no any restriction on that sorting. And assign the rank to each values. I hope you know that how to assign the ranks to the variables. Correlation and correlation coefficient, rank correlation coefficient. The correlation coefficient, the variables are quantitative. In rank correlations, the variables are qualitative. The data are qualitative, you can apply for the rank correlations. So rank correlation, Spearman rank correlation. If you refer the books, that's Spearman rank correlation coefficient. So he was a British scientist. So the British scientist was developed this formula, and correlation coefficient. The scientist name is Carl Pearson. Okay, so T1, T2, and all these things. Then you take the sum of the ranks must be equal to n in n bracket n plus 1 by 2, where n is equal to n1 plus n2. I'm not going to explain all these things because you are not going to do anything with manually. Just for understanding purpose, because these things are coded, the computer is going to apply all these things. So our work is something different. So the two set of observations, the one is less than equal to 10, second one is greater than equal to 10. This is a test statistic. We call Z. This is a test formula. So this is a mod of Z. This mod of Z is greater than equal to Z. To reject the null hypothesis if this condition is satisfied manually. But in software, so you are going to consider P is less than equal to 0.05. So this is a little bit confusion for everyone. So that is why I mentioned that it is a software. Manually calculated value, the greater than table value reject the hypothesis. Calculated value less than table values accept it. Here calculated value for 5% is 1.96 is there. 1.96 table value. Okay. So this is one problem is that the job satisfaction is there. I'm going to solve all these things with help of the SPSS. Okay. So there are two factors like A and factor B. What are these? This is the data. 9, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10. These are score. Likert score that contains the 10 points. Okay. This also same thing. Now in this case, T1 minus T2. This is a formula. This is the median value for factor A and factor B. This is the rank, the group rank, mean rank, sum of ranks. Okay. Similarly for factor B, the total is like this. Now, this is result of man-Whitney U test. We are going to consider this value 0.002. Grouping variables B is not corrected. Conclusion is there is a significant difference in median job satisfaction score between employees of a factory A and factory B. Okay, so how to refer this one in SPSS? I put it in picture. Analyze non-parameter test and independent samples. The next step is comes like this windows. So right hand side to transfer to the left hand side. Okay, they define the grouping variables. Already know that one. We can define it all these things. So we are going to get this result. Which one? This. It is our output. I'll show that second how. So these are the procedures. The ones who understood the procedure, the subject becomes very easy. Okay. I'll show that all these things. The second one is comes Wilcoxon sign rank test. The problem is related to the BP. Okay. Just 1 minute. Here, Wilcoxon sign rank test. Calculate the difference between the paired observations. Rank the differences from the smallest to largest. Add the rank, the positive differences to obtain in the rank. These are the result. Manually, we have to calculate all these things. In by using software, the things are like this. See, the procedure is non-parametric related samples. Thereafter, we can define like this. Okay. The procedure is that yes, crucial wall test. See that this is parallel to parametric test of 1 week. If any one of the condition are not satisfied, then you can apply this. Yes, the condition satisfied normalities, then you can apply 1 week. So this is the point is that if you refer the good journals, we can understand the all these things. Okay. So these are the procedures are there. The test statistic is defined like that. The manual it is very difficult to do all these things. So because of software, the things are very easy. We must say thanks to the software. Okay. This symbol is chi-square is there. That also I'm going to solve it. Chi-square test that is also pending. Okay. Now, I want to calculate that. Yesterday I solved about correlation coefficient. Okay. Today I'm going to solve that rank correlations. So rank correlations. Okay. So correlation and rank correlation. Basically, correlation is to understand the relationship between the two variables. Applications are more. Minimum two variables are required. Okay. So this correlation measures direction and strength and how these two are associated between the variables. This you study. It lies between -1 and +1. And the rank correlation useful to examine association between the two variables. Examine association between the two variables. Examine associations. The one is quantitative variables, other one is qualitative variables. If demand and supply, supply is more, demand is less, and vice versa. Is also quantitative. Demand and supply are perfectly correlated. In this is a quantitative, but in qualitative variables, how to judge it? the relation is associated. For example, in the beauty contest, the team are there, the judges are there, one, two, three. They are giving the different marks to different participant. Who is assessing properly? In the three judges, whose decision is correct, whose marks are correct, how these three members are associated in assessing the participant performance. It's a qualitative data. In such a cases, the qualitative data can be converted into quantitative. Then it is very easy to calculate association or relationship to variables. For conversion of this, for studying the qualitative variables, we are using rank correlations. Okay, that is considered as a Spearman rank correlation. So the two variables are measured on ordinal or interval or ratio. The variables are measured. One is ordinal or internal or ratios. Okay. So I'm going to take one examples on this. The second half I'm going to start it non-parametric test. So this is a team. Marks 1.
आवाज कमी कर पा
This is a scale. This is a not sure. This is also scale. Okay. Numeric is okay. Now I want to take 1, 2. So I don't want to take a decimal point. Three, four, 5, sorry, 6, 7, 8. 8 participants are there. The marks are we take out of 50. 35, 45, 31, 25, 19, 37, 41, 28. Here is 31, 40, 30. Okay, third one is 40. Okay. What happens? Okay, 40, 33, 28, 21, 36, 45, 20. So JH1, JH2. Okay. So there are two judges are there. The first judge for participant one is a 35. The second one is a 31. Okay. And here is also 36, 36, so 19, 21, 25, 28, 31, 33. How these two statements are related, we have to examine it. So the thing is that go for analyze, correlated, and bivariate. See, correlation is, and the Spearman is there. I want to select this one, Spearman. Okay. If you want, you can take it mean and also exclude. Okay. Variables are this. Yes. Okay. See that. Okay. Pearson correlation. J1 and J2 is 0.873. 2.1 is 0.873. Correlated. See that. Spearman rank correlation coefficient. This value we have to consider it. Correlation coefficient is a 0.881. So we have to consider this value is a 0.004. 0.004 is less than 0.00, less than 0.05. So here is what happens: the strong positive correlations between the marks given by judge 1 and judge 2. Now you are using here in manually this kind of questions you are going to solve in the different ways. These are the marks. The first of all you have to give the rank, highest to lowest. For this, and thereafter you can go for the differences. There is one formula is that one, the 1 minus 6 summation of d square divided by n into n minus 1, so like that. This software itself is doing all this work. The final result is this one. So this is the beauty of the software. Why statisticians are liking the software? Because of these reasons.
You will start session in 2 minutes
See, that one more is there. I want to show it.
for others to join.
Generate rank.
In last lecture,
Transfer
we saw the different points within
rank. Here.
promotional aspect. As well, we saw
Take this one. Take this one. Okay. The smallest value. Rank type is there. So many types of ranks are there. Okay.
and integration of
Continue.
now we will see another point from promotional aspect. Basically, these points are focused on identification of business opportunities.
Generated something different.
And we will see the
Remarks. Just I want to remove it clear and transfer rank cases. Reset. Yes. Values of this. It's correct. Okay. Not necessary. All default you consider it. Display the sample table and all these things. Okay. And the new variable is this one. Rank marks 1 by mark 2 label.
progress. The full setting identification.
Just 1 minute.
Now we will see the
I'm not getting the expected result in this case. Okay.
when continue with the progress.
Correct. Very good.
Continue with the
Non-parametric correlations where one comes. Descriptive.
So, as considered, there is relation of
Okay.
unparametric rectangular
Any questions? Rank correlations?
page category, page with opportunity, we can begin the active project organization or relational assets on marketplace in particular execution. For example, even
May I continue for that?
when we are having to get of coding or that coding,
Any question? Anybody?
we are having
No, sir, no. Scholar, any question?
No, sir.
Okay, sir. Sir, continue.
Yes. Now,
these people are showing the body to the
so most of scholars are using the
they have
chi-square test.
which which
Yes,
colors are represented by
chi-square.
different objects
I hope you heard the name of the chi-square, CHI.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So chi-square is comes under
ready marks.
non-parametric test. So
The body
there are
flow naturally.
types of
It is most important
test are there. The one is goodness of fit.
to the concept
Second is test of
the body
independence.
to attract the person.
2 by 2 contingency table.
The family of the
So all these things
object
one can get it
close to
easily from
susceptible from
SPSS.
the body.
Here is one problem is related to chi-square.
Even at the time of physical
You have to study association between the two variables. So here, what kind of variables are there? Variables are in categorical, that is nominal or ordinal. We use categories. The basic application of the chi-square test hypothesis is association between two categorical variables. In non-parametric test, we are referring nominal or ordinal. So this is the one example is there. In this example, variables are there. The one is roll number is there. Second one is educational background. Educational background. Educational background means the basic educations BCom, BSc, BA, BBA, BMS, BE, like that. These are the education background. So I quoted these education background like BCom 1, BE 2, BSc 3, BBA 4, BA 5. So I defined all these things.
Another concept from the identification of business opportunities are existing products and services. In existing products and services, we observe that those products or services which are currently used by
Okay, I'll make it a little bit corrections over here according to that.
for example,
Code is there, become code.
current mobile phones.
So here is background, the string I used, therefore it comes all these things. I coded this one.
And when they were settled mobile, because for mobile smartphone, and this really is converted into the meanwhile, here we have idea of the hardware Nokia
This is the grade.
even and same is technical level
So directly enter from this Excel. Okay, so this kind of things are happening. Okay, so now I want to make it this one. The background is a string is there. This I want to change it. So code values are defined. Okay, so the first value go for become, add to b3 bsc 4 bba 5 bk add. Okay, now we'll see that. Okay, next grade is there, grade bca. So this grade, one for a grade and 2 for b grade and 3 for c grade. I defined it. Grade code is there. Grade is a string, that is why you are seeing that BCA grade code. I have to assign the values over here. It becomes very easy for further analysis. Number one, grade A, 2, grade B, 3, grade C. Add. Okay. Okay. This I want to remove it. This is not necessary. Now, see that. Okay. Perfectly matching. Now, this is our problems. So, what is your hypothesis here? Our hypothesis is there is no association between educational background of student and their performance in terms of grade. This is our hypothesis, null hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis, there is an association between the educational background of students and their performance in terms of grade. For this purpose, first of all, we must test. We use the chi-square test, cross-tabulate, understand the relationship between independent and dependent variable. To understand the relationship between independent and dependent variable. What is the dependent variable here? Okay. The grade code, grade is there, that is the dependent, and back education background is the independent. The second question is what to do. Calculate the contingency coefficient and the lambda coefficient. So this indicate to find the strength of the association between two variables. One is to understand the relationship between the dependent and independent. The second one is to understand the strength of the association between the two variables. Okay, this is our task is that. So for this purpose, what to do? Go to just 1 minute. 1 minute. हेलो या मैडम मैं आपको एक 10-15 मिनट के बाद में फोन करता हूँ ओके डिस्क्रिप्टिव क्रॉस टैब in statistic chi-square and correlations, contingency coefficient, nominal variables. Just This is the code, and this is the grade code. I selected all these things. Yes. See that. Cross tabulation. There are 25 observations. The percent is 96.4. Missing is 1. Okay. Now, cross tabulations. Row wise is a grade, and column wise degree. Sorry, column wise a grade, and row wise is a code is there. BCom A grade only 1 student, B grade 2 student, C grade 2 student, 5 students are there. B A grade 4, B 1, 0, 5. So like that the things are there. Rows and columns, the showing the degree as well as the grade. The number is a 25. So this kind of the cross tabulations are very easy to understand, easy to uh, uh, we can easily remember the data also. How many students are got the A grade in the BCom? 1. Not necessary to count all these things. Okay. Out of 25, how many students got the A grade overall? Only 6 students. The C grade is more. Okay. Yes. So this kind of the solutions are available from the cross tabulations. Next one is comes chi-square test is there. Okay. In the chi-square test is the Pearson chi-square is there. The value is a 13.754. The degree of freedom is 8. Eight. One minute. How it comes 8? Anyone is going to say? What is the degree of freedom? Degree of freedom is 8. So here 8 means the 5 rows and 3 columns. The degree of freedom is R minus 1 into C minus 1. Number of rows minus 1, number of columns minus 1. So the 4 into 2 is comes. Number of rows are 5. Number of columns are 3. So 5 minus 1 is 4. 3 minus 1, 2. It comes 8. Now, degree of freedom 8. Then significance value is 0.089 is there. So, what is your opinion about that? The which is greater than 0.05? There is no relationship between the variable. We accept the null hypothesis at 95% of confidence interval. Our null hypothesis is there is no association between the educational background of the student and the performance in terms of grade. Yes. Any questions on this part? Suppose, what is the percentage of this? What is the percentage of this? What is the percentage of this? Let us see that is available or not. Somewhere is there. You can click it percentage.
कट नको करू.
Okay. Okay. May I take the break? Yes, madam. The point is clear on all of you.
Scholars.
Any doubt?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, someone is asking the question. Please ask.
Scholar, please ask question to sir.
Any doubt? Please ask.
Yojana. Okay.
Okay, sir. We will meet on 4 o'clock.
Yeah, madam.
Scholars, you can leave now. No problem.